All right. So I'm talking about principles, moral principles. The initiation of the use of force against people voluntarily engaged in trade is immoral. And I'm talking about all illicit substances, and we have people here talking about heavily regulating marijuana. That is not an answer. I don't know if you guys know, I'm an anarchist. Which totally makes me wish I was just gay. No, like if I was gay, look, I got the accent, right? So that's not hard. I can do the gestures. I went to theater school. I mean, we're not far off. I mean, if I was gay and say, oh, I'm gay, people would say, oh, that's great. Here's an ABBA-CD, some potpourri, and some assless chaps. To which I'd say, good tunes, that smells nice, and sorry, I'm over 40, my ass can't cut it anymore. But an anarchist basically says that the initiation of force is immoral, government is a violation of the initiation of force, and all you're going to do if you regulate is maintain the profits for black market activities. Look, if you want to get people out of an industry, drive down the profits. The government tomorrow passed a law saying that profiting from coffee was illegal. They'd be smoking economic craters where Starbucks, Timothy's, and Tim Hortons would be. So the way that you drive profits down in a business which puts capital elsewhere is you make it as open a market as possible, as free a market as possible. That drives down profits. You can still get illegal cigarettes in Canada, illegal booze, because once you start regulating things, you keep the profit margins high for criminal activities. And, I mean, if you try, I mean, this is madness. Oh, well, we'll limit the drugs to this concentration or that concentration. Nonsense. I mean, one of the reasons why drugs are so prevalent right now is it's so profitable to get people hooked on them that you find vulnerable members of the population and you give them free samples until they're hooked, and then you profit off it. The more the profit is in the business, the more it will be given to people who shouldn't receive it or who should only receive it under the care of a doctor. So the idea that, well, we're going to grudgingly regulate and hyper-regulate one small substance, no. If you are buying drugs from someone and you are ingesting them yourself, there's no complainant. This is a fundamental aspect to the rise of the state. No complainant. I mean, if I rip you off, sell you a car and it doesn't work, you can go to the government and we broke contract, then you have a complainant. But there's no complainant. The government has to get in your face. It has to get intrusive. It has to stop pursuing people who have no complaint against each other. That's not going to change if we legalize. So, yeah, I go on principle. Let's not initiate force against anyone.
Well,